Hi, I'm going to talk about this book, rather introduce it. The book's title is What is Islam? The Quranic Perspective. And it is written by a guy called Ghulam Ahmed Pervez. And the book has been translated from its Urdu version. And the book covers a number of issues which are exclusively based on the Quran. And I will go through the outline of this book. This book is very good on the subject, and the guy has discussed that Quran does not give religion, but what is given in the Quran is a system called Deen. And the outline of the book includes the basis of Deen, and he has introduced it, covering all the aspects which are relevant to establishing a system. It talks about human personality, that each one of us has a self, and this self is the one which is different from our physical body. And this is essentially based on our thought process and character building. The route of guidance, he discusses the logic behind it, and that why guidance is required for human beings to live a better life. He has very in detail discussed the relationship between intellect and deen, human intellect, why we need intellect and reasoning to understand deen, that is what is given in the Quran. He then goes on to indicate that what sort of laws which affect human personality and its development. And then he relates it to the outer world, including human physical body, that there are laws functioning everywhere, and from that, how can we come to this conclusion that there is a law, there are laws which affect human self-development. The law of requital essentially is cause and effect, and it covers the rise and fall of nations as well. The whole chapter is dedicated to this aspect, and it's very interesting, and he has given examples from our day-to-day life that how do our actions and our thoughts, these affect human self-development. Salvation is essentially a religious concept in which our deeds over here do not matter. What matters is the will of God and His will, that whomever He wishes to forgive. Whereas the Quran is based on achievement, and the book discusses this in detail by comparing between religions and deen as a system. Life forever or immortality is possible, and we can achieve this through our thoughts and deeds if we follow the values given in the Quran. There is a complete chapter on this, and it's worth reading and very logically presented in the light of the Quran. Life is all about achievement. Human life is a serious matter, and whatever we do, it has an effect on the development of ourselves. Then he goes on to, in detail, discuss that what are the principles for the human self-development. And it includes the law of requital and the permanent values. He also discusses the system which or the economic system which is required to help human self-development. Our existing system, which is the capitalist, is based on this value that reward is for the capital, not work. Whereas the Quran says the reward should be for the work and not the capital, which is opposite of what the capitalist system professes. And this aspect is discussed in a couple of chapters in the book in detail, it's worth reading to get an alternative view. The political system, democracy, is discussed in the light of what the philosophers and modern thinkers have said over many, many centuries. The political systems which human beings have so far dealt with cannot help to bring righteous and intellectual people forward. These systems are mainly based on money and influence, whereas the political system which is put forward by the Quran is different. In this system, it's all based on the values, and righteousness is the criterion for the selection of individuals who manage the system within the permanent values. There are two types of values, permanent or relative. These are discussed in the book. Some of these are discussed, and they are very, very important to understand. And having understood those, one can reflect back on the political system. And the last, a woman, its place in the society. Religion can never give that status to women what the Quran has given. This is an amazing chapter which needs to be read to understand it. And so all in all, this is a very good book which covers many aspects of human life in the Quran. So worth reading. The book is available on islamicdawn.com and also through Amazon at a cost price. Thank you.